From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hey there, the name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. For some unknown reason, enjoy.
What's going on, nerds, and welcome to the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast as Will goes and tries to throw me off. Try that again. Start talking.
So start from the beginning?
Basically. I'll cut you off if I hear you or not.
All right, you see this fry? See this fry? This is a 1754 house fry. You know how godly these fries are. That's this movie. Yummy fry.
Yummy fry. Yummy,
No.
yummy, yummy, yummy fry.
Weirdest fucking choice of a villain.
Really? I actually thought it was kind of ingenious.
Like, it makes sense in the story. It's just like, it's just very weird villain to choose, but it very much works out.
So with this villain, since you brought up the it working out, but it was weird, what part of that beginning sequence where he goes from universe to universe to universe to universe was your favorite, and did you like how they expanded that?
I like that there is a true villain to this movie. Spot is not the true villain.
Are you talking about Spider-Man 99?
Yes.
Very much so. Who is played by Poe Dameron himself, Oscar Isaacs.
Mm-hmm. He did a very good job too.
He made you he's, let's put it this way, the best villains are the villains that think they're doing everything that they should do because they have to. That's why Thanos was so good, and I completely agree with Will on.
All right, but movie Thanos and actual Thanos are very two different people.
I was just talking about movie Thanos.
Yeah, but movie Thanos had an actual like tried to justify his reason, but like regular Thanos is just like, I just want in that Death Hussy, so I'm gonna kill half the universe. So it makes you not justify regular movie Thanos, because movie Thanos could just be after the Death Hussy too. Death Hussy, Dussy. I don't however you want to pronounce that.
So, Will, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Every scene that Spider-Punk was in.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He literally stole the show, though. He really did.
He was like, fuck the Spider Police.
Coming straight from the underground.
It was just like, he knew, like, he was just a member to be a member and didn't actually care about like anything around it. And then he's like Miles, and then like afterwards he was like, told you so. Told you so.
Reminds me of Archer a little bit.
And then Miguel still went through. Dude, the worst part about this is that my one like loophole in any of this was, how was any of it like Miguel literally blaming Miles for everything? None of it was Miles's fault.
They just basically called him an accident, and how dare you?
And that he's the reason the multiverse is no. Bro, all he did was get bit by a spider. Was the spider supposed to be his? No, but he didn't ask to be bit by the spider. He didn't put the spider on his skin and go, bite, fucker. No, he was spraying his graffiti with his uncle, and spider bit him.
Man, I like Hostile
It was
Will.
Fisk's fault, because Fisk started the whole multiverse thing in his world from the start. He's like, "Oh, if you didn't become a spider, your Peter Parker wouldn't have died." Okay, well, I didn't ask to be bit by the spider.
All right. The hostility is strong with this one with Will. Man.
Well, it's like one of those things. It's like one of those things. It's like when I find these loopholes in movies about like how the entire thing could have been prevented by saying like a sentence. Sentence. Like I'll use Ruby for an example. Okay. So you guys are caught up to where I need to discuss. So at the end of like towards the end of volume 7, there was that point where Ruby finally trusts Ironwood enough to tell him the whole truth of it all and all of that and like lead him in. To where the motherfucker gets such a stick up his ass about it, and how they all start freaking out about how like Salem can't be killed. Well, there were two things wrong with that. One, every time the question was asked, the answer was like, how do I kill Salem? One, he asked, how do I kill Salem?
Yeah.
And the answer was, you can't. Never once was the question asked, can she be killed? And second, the whole fact of like, they told Ironwood that they were betrayed by a headmaster.
Yeah.
They told him what happened in Haven. Why would he lose his shit over them withholding some pieces of information from him when they were just betrayed, so they don't know who to fucking trust? That exact situation applies to here, because all that had to be done was like, Miles didn't like throw the spider on him and get bit and like, or like asked to be bit. He just ended up getting bit from a spider that jumped into this universe from a different one. That's not his fault. Why is he being blamed for it and treated like garbage by only Miguel? Really, it's only Miguel. The other spiders are just listening to him.
And also following Miguel. Some of them. We're literally going to have a Spider-Man Civil War. We're literally going for a Spider-Man Civil War.
The only one that openly supported Miguel was Spider-Woman. She was the only one that openly actually supported what doing. All the other spiders were just like, okay, he told us to capture Miles. I guess there's something wrong. We need to catch him. Or like for all we know, they don't actually know the whole thing about Miles.
Yeah.
But the whole point, they tried to, the immediate point where they started trying to capture him, like put him in the bubble and everything. Literally every other spider was trying to de-escalate the situation. Was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You can't just tell him all this and expect him to do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you dumb shits.
All right. I'm not going to have a blow up like that. That was insane. Very proud of you, Will, on that.
It was a phenomenal movie, and that was like the only like hole in logic that I could find. Was like, how did we get from there to here? Like in 2.5 seconds, where Miles is apparently like being blamed as the villain here, where he did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Well, here's my wonderful 2 cents here. I really enjoyed the movie. I liked going to, this Spider World, this Spider World, this Spider World, and then literally Spider-Man headquarters. I thought all that was cool. My favorite part was when they went to the Indian city. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Spider-Man Mumbai.
Yeah. But I
don't remember what Earth it is.
I just love the story that they're trying to tell, that there is a million Spider-Men. Miles is the only one that shouldn't have been. And now he's got to deal with that, along with being chased by half the Spider people while being hunted down by his doppelganger, alter ego, whatever you want to call it. Because the Prowler is also Miles Morales.
Yeah, but he was, but there's a little fault in your statement there, because he was never actually hunting down He doesn't show up until the last like 5 minutes of like actually not even 5 minutes. The last minute of the movie is when he shows up. He was never hunting Miles the entire
Okay, so not hunting down, captured.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end, because when he got teleported back, he got teleported to Earth 42 instead of 6 whatever.
I mean, can I?
Because I think Miles is regular, or the Miles we know, his regular verse is like in the 600s.
Yeah.
I thought it was 10.
Google's a wonderful thing for somebody who can
Yeah.
type.
Hold on,
But
I'm working on it.
I love the story that they told because they're literally setting up for a Spider-Man Civil War, but they have to look for Miles because they don't know where he is. And that is going to throw so many wrenches in everybody's plan, I guess you would call it. But Oscar Isaac as Spider-Man 2099 and his motivation on what he's doing, perfect. What do you got, Will?
So James, we were right and wrong
Oh,
because it's Earth 1610. So I was right; it was in the 600s. You were right in the thousands. We just need to come together.
yeah.
All right.
Because cinematic universe is 616.
Yeah, and as we found out, the MCU was one, whatever the fuck long abbreviated number that was.
And then Prowler Miles / the original, like Miles is Spider, was Earth 42.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's that time. Let's hear it, James.
All right. So, first things first, how do we even skip the hell of an intro that we got by Gwen that literally foreshadowed everything that was going to happen in the movie, but we got it from the perspective of her? That was a really neat thing. And going into that movie, I didn't realize that until after rewatching it again, going, oh, so we're seeing all the really important key scenes that Gwen has of Miles. And she talks about how he led a change. That was something completely different. I also do like the fact that this movie brings the ideology of you can try to change the future, but don't be so headstrong about it, especially when Miles had the cake. And he had the cake for his father, the 2 cakes. When he's like, oh, they're like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And he goes, unless you have 2 cakes. I like that the movie had a really giant symbol of 2. And that was really a solid thing. I want to say, I think the only thing I didn't, actually, no, that's a lie. I actually liked it. I did love Mumbattan. I love the whole time going back and forth with our.
Oh yeah, it is supposed to be Mumbai plus and Manhattan like combined.
I think my favorite thing was I love the joke that we got there where we were already saying it in June. I love chai tea. Then the chai tea.
Why are you saying tea twice?
Yeah, you don't see me ask for coffee with cream. He's like, sorry, this terribly sorry. I like that the joke got played twice when Spot showed up. Because he's like, oh, I get it. You're here because of, you want some kind of enlightened sense of nature. Oh, you came from the eat, pray, love stuff. Yeah, come on, get out here with that. And he was like, what? Do you want bread? He goes, you want naan? He goes, oh, I love naan bread. Why did you say bread twice? And I laughed even harder at that because I saw what they did there. They just took the joke and just made it one level funnier. And I appreciate that.
Can I just say, speaking of like the Gwen thing and everything, how much I love her subplot.
Well, with her and her father?
Yeah.
Dude, that subplot hit hard at times. Because you could tell she wants to tell him everything. And she just can't. And I'm like, oh, I hope this doesn't turn into a Tobey Maguire thing. Not Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. With Dennis Leary.
Shit, Will, thank you for bringing that up because you brought up the entire Gwen thing. Color played a huge part in this story too. Because from the moment that we saw Gwen and her father talking, from when it showed blue being the passion, red being the rage, and everything like that, I I think if you watch the rest of the movie, you still see it regardless of the situation. And I think it's the greatest build up and the greatest setup to a side story I've ever seen in my life. Like I don't know what these guys do. I don't know how long they sit down and write the story and plan these things out. But thank you.
Well,
Because
look at right at the beginning when she's talking to her father. The whole scene is blue, but the minute she pivots and goes and hugs him, the warmness of the colors start coming in.
Mhm.
So a lot of her stuff, I feel like in her world, is based on her what her emotion is.
Yeah, and I mean the specific colors, and I mean, I turned to all those articles and everything about like the Gwen is trans kind of thing and stuff like that. I'm like, I love the choice of color for that it matches the flag, but I like it more in the sense of it's not actually like in my head, it's not that Gwen is trans or anything like that. Very well, she could be, and that's just a whole different story and whatever. But I like it more in the sense of it is an acceptance story because that is what her subplot is she just wants to be accepted by her dad.
Yep.
Which is what a lot of like people in that community, they just want the acceptance. They just want people to accept who they are, which is fine. They absolutely should be. There's people just like everyone else. But that's what I like more about that subplot than trying to say that the character is something that the character themselves may not be, but they support the concept. And that is, I like more supporting when you're trying to include all these things, I love when they do it more about the concept, not about just like the thing.
Yeah.
That is just my opinion on it because I think it gets the message across in a lot stronger of a way to me.
Yeah, I loved everything on her end, kind of bouncing back off of what I said earlier. It feels like it's emotion based.
100%.
And, you know, it's like its own mood ring in a way. You basically know how she's feeling just by, you know, what you're seeing in front of you, what colors you're seeing in front of you. But James, I asked Will this same question. What's your favorite part of this movie and why?
Oof, that's a loaded question because like I can't think like that. So, all right, I feel like it's gonna be.
I could answer this question for him.
Oh,
the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so
holy cop out, Batman.
So, because this question could title into my answer really big. I talked to you about this numerous times. I told you about how after a while I played the soundtrack after watching the movie, they started piecing it together, and it made me love the movie more. So my favorite thing actually was the spider chase scene, and there's a big reason behind this. So, because I didn't point this out, Megan did. So it's the part when Miles goes flying out the window there. He's like, ah! You know, and we had that one Spider-Man comes out and he goes, "Sorry guys, I guess there was a way to get out." That was actually Metro Booming.
That was who?
And the Metro Booming, the guy who did the whole entire soundtrack for Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
and I love it so much more because the fact of it makes me love this movie more because the fact of seeing that it draws in so many different elements that they actually were able to do that. Post Malone had a sound clip in the movie.
He was one of the people, one of the citizens. What do you think of actually seeing Donnie Glover?
Which universe is he from? I can't take a shot and say 616 just yet, but now that we got to see a Prowler 616, that's it. They teased us. They showed us just a little bit of skin.
But it could be, James. The rumor is there's a rumor mill kind of going around that there's a chance that Tom Holland's Spider-Man from here out is about to start following the game.
Oh shit. That would be dope. Hey, what's going on, Justin? From Entertainment. He says, "What's going on, guys?" Not much, dude. And speaking of Justin, sorry to cut you off, Will. That open we have now for the nerds, he made that, and it is sexy as hell. It's a with my good old buddy, LA Knight. All right, continue, Will.
So there's a rumor going around that the next like Spider-Man movies for the MCU are going to basically be where it's stating like the video game takes place in 616.
Okay. I mean,
Because the rumor is they want to introduce a live action Miles, so that if in the case Tom Holland ever wants to stop being Spider-Man, they can just have him either die, or they could just have Peter Parker retire and have Miles take the place.
is there anybody off the top of your head, either one of you, that you'd want to see play Miles? Because unfortunately, Glover's a little too old.
No, they could just get because the voice actor, as far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, James. The voice actor for Miles in the movie is also Miles in the game, correct?
No, it's a different voice actor.
They are?
Yeah.
Because they sound the exact fucking same.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. I would say no, not in that game, but for Marvel Alliance, there he was in that game.
Okay.
And I know he is just a regular. He also acts.
Mm-hmm.
So the theory is they're trying. So I'd say just get him.
I mean, I got nothing on that one, because I don't care who it is. I just want them to fit the role. I was just more of thinking, do you guys actually think of somebody? But let's go through.
Engage me and just throw me out there, and I'm ready to take the ball.
Dude, the minute you run 5 feet, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, my back, my back."
That's not the line, James.
You're not supposed to be Tobey Maguire.
My back.
Future.
Spidey, is that your Spidey sense? No, it's my Spidey sciatica. Oh,
that hurt, dude. That hurt really bad. So final thoughts before we close it up here. We'll have you go first, pal. Final thoughts of the review, and what nerd rating would you give it?
All right, so my final thoughts is, I swear to God, if the final one stays in fucking production hell for like 5 years, I'm coming for you, Hollywood. Because it's your fault we have this strike. Fix it.
Pay your damn actors.
Yeah, pay
your damn writers.
Treat them nice. Treat the writers nice. Give them what they deserve. Stop delaying my movies. Because everyone out, it's Hollywood's fault, because the writers and the actors have a right to go on strike because they're being treated like poo-poo. It's Hollywood's fault. So
all right, James.
Hollywood, fix it.
All right, James, here's your big moment here. Put a nice bow on it.
Also a nice 5 nerds out of 5.
There you go.
I was giving but yeah. But yeah, no, this gets a really high rating for me. Like, honestly, I feel like a movie like this only comes once in a lifetime, honestly, all truth. And like, this definitely is going to set a staple for any other Spider-Man movie that's going to be coming out, live action or not now. Like, there's just a flow that.
You mentioned that, James. All live action and animated Spider-Man movies, where does this rank?
Ooh,
because you have Toby's, you have Andrews, and you have Tom's. Where does this rank for you? Because for me, this is number 2.
I was like, listen, the Amazing Spider-Man is still sitting up there at 1 for me. I love my Andrew.
Seriously?
That is not one I would think would be your one.
Yeah, no shit.
I honestly thought this would be your one.
No. But see, Miles is my second one. And the reason why is, though, I need that third movie. And then
Yeah.
it will move up one.
See, that's my thing is like right now, I can't really like, in my opinion, I can't really like put this on the like grid because it's not complete. The story's not complete. Where with all of the others, we are
Yeah,
basically
but we're not talking about the whole 3-movie story. We're talking about individual movie.
Well, you should have explained that at the beginning, but like
I
me,
thought I
don't-
did.
I can't judge them as separate movies. Well, because you also went right after Tobey Maguire, like you kind of put them all in their groups. So we thought you were talking like as like a
Because my favorite is Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock. That is, I honestly think that's either Dark Knight or Spider-Man 2, the best superhero movies ever made. I know, my opinion here, but you know.
That's perfectly fine.
Far From Home.
I was just saying, for me, one of my favorite Spider-Man movies is Amazing Spider-Man 2, and just because of the fact of I got to see one of my minor favorite villains have some shine, Electro.
No Way Home for me.
The one where they go to, oh no, No Way Home, not Far From Home. Okay.
Far
never
From
mind.
Home is them going, which is what I said first, and I was like, no, I liked No Way Home better.
All right. James, where can people find your beautiful face, and where can they see your beautiful artwork?
So they can follow me on Instagram, which, if I'm correct, is JFairArt. Yes, it is. I blanked on my
brain.
name. TikTok, they can find me either doing skits or just randomly talking shit to people. So that's under Tristan Dumo, or just try. Can't miss me. I'm the only guy who's wearing a Black Ranger suit. So yeah.
All right, well, where can people find you?
People can find me getting ready for the DLC.
Of thy Pokemon.
Yep. I'm literally 2 Pokemon away from my living dex, and they require me to beat the entire game over again. Because
Ouch.
no one wants to give me theirs.
But I want mine. And I don't want to, I'm lazy. I don't want to have to keep switching it back.
I mean, fair, but fuck you anyway.
And for me, we can jump right over to Mr. Rob Paulson.
Oh, next.
Hey, you guys, this is 625 here from Lilo and Stitch. Some people think of me as AJ Coppola. I don't care. Just follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Twitch at NDTA Jalistar 15, and Xbox and PSN at AJ Allstar 15. I should have said AJ Allstar, but I'm a sandwich maker. What the hell do I know? Do yourself a favor. Go get yourself a hot fudge marshmallow tuna fish and ham sandwich. All right? Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
All right, everybody, this was our Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse show. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're on Facebook, hit that follow button, and also like the video. Do it. Or, I'm sorry, do it. Do it.
Hey, you didn't
AJ,
say the
whoa.
magic word.
You can't
Please?
tell me to do it.
Yeah, say fucking please.
Am I supposed to have like a lightsaber to your throat and be like, Emperor Palpatine, just do it?
It might be a canon event. You can't tell them to do something.
Yeah, it could be a canon event.
Do you want Miguel coming after you? Because I don't.
I mean, I want the subs.
That man has issues.
They all have fucking issues. Just saying. But thank you guys for tuning in. Check us out next Thursday for our next live show. But tomorrow it's Wrestling with Nerds, our first episode. That's going to go live at 2 p.m. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.